Hello everyone, and welcome to Buddha Zen Wisdom. We are so glad to be here with you each and every day, sharing our insights, wisdom, and guidance. In today's discussion, we are going to dive deep into something that many of us, especially as we get older, often experience but may not understand fully. That is, the struggles of getting a good night's sleep and what we can do to improve our overall well-being by simply making some small changes to our bedtime routine. As we age, certain things in our bodies naturally start to change, and this includes our sleep patterns. Have you ever found yourself waking up multiple times during the night or struggling to fall asleep at all? It's something that most people experience at some point, but did you know that it could be related to a few simple habits you have before bedtime? Well, according to some experts, there are certain things you absolutely should avoid doing before going to sleep, and these could have a significant impact on your sleep quality. Let me introduce you to Mr. William. He's 72 years old, retired, and spends his days in a leisurely manner. He enjoys long walks in the local park, chatting with old friends and neighbors, and doing a little gardening in his spare time. Life has been good for Mr. William, or so he thought. However, recently, he's been feeling a bit off. Despite his usual activities, he finds himself feeling tired during the day, with very little energy. Worse still, he's been experiencing trouble sleeping at night. He wakes up multiple times throughout the night, sometimes as often as 3 or 4 times. Each time he wakes up, he feels increasingly frustrated and annoyed, wondering if this is just a natural part of getting older. One day, while Mr. William was out for his usual walk in the park, he ran into an old friend, Mr. George. They started chatting about their lives, and of course, the conversation turned to their health. George, who was also around the same age, admitted he was having similar problems with his sleep. But what struck Mr. William as odd was that George didn't seem nearly as bothered by it as he was. In fact, George appeared much more relaxed about it. Upon further conversation, George explained that he had recently sought out a doctor who specialized in treating the elderly after his children urged him to do so. George explained that this doctor not only asked him a lot of questions about his symptoms, but also gave him some incredibly helpful advice about what to avoid before bed. After following the doctor's advice, George noticed a noticeable improvement in his sleep. He was waking up much less frequently during the night, and his overall sleep quality had greatly improved. Hearing this from George, Mr. William was shocked. He had never realized that some of his pre-bedtime habits could be contributing to his frequent nighttime awakenings. He immediately thought to himself, "I need to visit that doctor." And so, Mr. William made an appointment with the doctor. During the consultation, the doctor took the time to listen carefully to William's daily routine, his habits, and his sleep patterns. After discussing his case in detail, the doctor pointed out several potential causes for his sleep disruptions. The doctor also emphasized that older people, like Mr. William, should avoid certain activities before bed, as they not only affect sleep quality but can also lead to other serious health consequences. This revelation made Mr. William pause and think. He suddenly realized that many of his daily habits, which he thought were harmless, might actually be the culprits behind his restless nights. So, what exactly are these habits that can unknowingly impact the quality of our sleep? And what things should we absolutely avoid doing before going to bed? To answer these questions, we need to first understand some important factors that play a role in sleep, especially as we age. According to a survey published by the American Sleep Research Association, over 60% of older adults suffer from some form of sleep problem. The most common issue is frequent nocturnal urination, which means waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. While this can partly be attributed to the natural aging process, more often than not, these problems can be alleviated simply by adjusting certain habits and behaviors. Let's dive deeper into the downside of frequent nighttime trips to the bathroom. You might think that it's just a minor inconvenience, getting up a few extra times during the night to relieve yourself, but it's much more than that. Frequent urination at night not only disrupts your sleep, but also comes with a range of unexpected negative effects on your health. You may have thought that it's just a normal part of aging, that everyone experiences it, and that it's not a big deal. But the truth is, frequent trips to the bathroom at night aren't necessarily harmless. The most immediate consequence of frequent urination is that it fragments your sleep. If you're constantly waking up during the night and getting out of bed, your body never has the chance to rest properly. As a result, you wake up feeling drained and mentally foggy, and you lack the energy you need to carry out your daily activities. We've all had those nights when you wake up in the middle of the night and head to the bathroom, only to find that when you return to bed, you're wide awake. You may lie there, tossing and turning, trying to get back to sleep, but your mind starts racing, and it becomes nearly impossible to calm down. This disrupts your sleep cycle, and before you know it, you're no longer able to get the deep, restorative sleep that your body needs. Over time, this can take a significant toll on your overall health. You start feeling tired during the day, your memory might begin to fade, and your mood can become more irritable. Older adults are already more prone to sleep disturbances, and frequent nighttime awakenings only exacerbate the issue. What's even more concerning is that frequent urination can sometimes be a symptom of other health problems, such as prostate enlargement or an overactive bladder. If left untreated, these issues can lead to more serious complications, which will only further impact your sleep quality and overall well-being. But it doesn't stop there. Certain cardiovascular conditions can also manifest as frequent nocturnal urination. When your body's fluid regulation system becomes unbalanced, both your heart and kidneys can be affected. So, if you find yourself waking up several times during the night to go to the bathroom, don't just brush it off as a minor inconvenience. It could be your body trying to tell you that there's a larger issue at play. So, what can you do to help reduce the frequency of waking up at night? The doctor, after analyzing Mr. Williams' case, provided him with a few valuable pieces of advice to help improve his sleep quality. These are simple things that anyone can do, and they can make a huge difference in the quality of your sleep. Let's take a closer look at some of these key points. 1. Drinking too much water before bed. You may think that staying hydrated is important, and of course, it is. However, drinking too much water right before bed can be detrimental to your sleep. When you consume a large amount of water before going to sleep, your bladder fills up, and your body naturally needs to expel the excess fluid. This leads to more trips to the bathroom during the night, disrupting your sleep cycle. For older adults, who often have less bladder capacity, drinking too much water before bed can increase the frequency of nighttime awakenings. The best advice is to limit your water intake in the hour or so leading up to bedtime, so you give your bladder a chance to empty before going to sleep. 2. Eating large or heavy meals before bed. Many of us like to indulge in a hearty meal, but eating a large or greasy meal too close to bedtime can have a major negative impact on your sleep quality. The body needs time to digest food, and if your stomach is still working overtime to break down a heavy meal, it can prevent your body from fully relaxing. This can make it harder for you to enter a deep sleep, and you might even wake up in the middle of the night feeling uncomfortable or needing to use the bathroom. The best strategy is to eat a light meal in the evening and leave at least 2 to 3 hours between your dinner and bedtime to give your body enough time to digest. 3. Using electronic devices before bed. In today's digital age, it's almost impossible to avoid screens, whether it's our smartphones, tablets, or the TV. However, using electronic devices too close to bedtime can be very harmful to your sleep. The blue light emitted by screens suppresses the production of melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep. Without enough melatonin, it becomes much harder for your body to fall asleep. On top of that, the stimulation from these devices keeps your brain active, making it difficult for you to settle into deep, restful sleep. If you want to improve your sleep, try turning off your electronic devices at least 30 minutes to an hour before bed. 4. Emotional stress or tension before bed. It's not uncommon to feel stressed or upset before bed, whether it's from a difficult conversation, a stressful situation, or watching something upsetting on TV. However, experiencing emotional stress right before going to bed can prevent your body from relaxing. Your mind stays active, and your heart rate can increase, making it much harder to fall asleep. It's crucial to wind down and calm your mind before going to bed. Consider engaging in relaxing activities like reading a book, practicing deep breathing exercises, or meditating to help reduce your stress levels. In conclusion, there are several small but effective changes that older adults can make to improve the quality of their sleep. Maintaining a consistent sleep schedule, staying hydrated, but not too much before bed, eating lighter meals in the evening, reducing screen time, and calming your mind before bed are all essential habits that can make a world of difference. By implementing these changes, Mr. William was able to improve his sleep and reduce the number of times he woke up during the night. He now feels much more rested, and his overall health has improved. If you are someone who struggles with similar sleep issues, perhaps it's time to evaluate your habits and see if making a few adjustments could help you get better, more restful sleep. Thank you for joining us at Buddha Zen Wisdom today. We hope this discussion has been insightful, and we encourage you to share these tips with friends or family members who may benefit from them. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time.